All right. Okay. All right. The meeting and the press conference is over. It was a totally waste of time. There was absolutely nothing here in this market. Really, there was nothing. There was nothing at all. We have this bar of Fomc, right? Kind of like a bigger volume than all these ones, right? But it didn't extend. It had a limit, right? That pivot, some sorts of pivot that we have from yesterday from this area at the closing, buying from another pivot, just to the tick, man. That was almost to the tick, both them to the tick. Sideways trading inside. The other one, the press conference extended a little bit to the upside, a little bit to the downside, and more chop. Notice that most of the trade happened inside the 30 high and 30 low, right? There was a breakout that happened after the press conference was over, but now it's coming back inside this range. There is while the um, the slope remains positive here, there is momentum has already switched to the downside, and the curve is flattening here, signaling that there's nothing, right? This can be dangerous. Trying to get out, trying to get something out of this it might not be such a good idea. No? So I did some changes to my charts. What I have to do is save these ones. Test 2, 0 chart, data here. Okay. 0 data, save. All right. Let's see. I guess I have too much here that's not updating. I will close this and just reopen. Yes, just give me a second. I need to reopen this thing. New instance. It's being opened. All right, here we go. Open chat book. Open. Let's see. Nope, it's not loading. I have these marks. These loading zones are not populating here for some reason. All right, anyways. What catches my attention now is how ES, right? It's slightly lower. Value is lower than yesterday, right? This has inventory has been removed. Nasdaq it remains a little, quite stronger than the ES, right? The thing about Nasdaq is, this is kind of like a risky here for Nasdaq. Is value is higher, right? You can see value is higher. None of the pivots has been tested. The distributions from the overnight were closed, but there is a lot of buying, right? That is coming from previous day high. That's not good. This looks like a long liquidation, right? Long liquidation, extremely weak level down here. This reference is no more. Here, this one also is history. And the only one that remains is this high here, this one here. And I guess you can leave it there. It's not too much relevant now, right? After all this volume that has been put back in here. This was a reference yesterday. I don't need that. This 3 white high from the past also has been taken care of. We'll keep this one because of, actually let me extend so you can see, right? Look at all this buying where it was coming from. Right? I don't recall why I have these reds here. Unfinished action here, but also is history now. 4 white low. It's very question now. Now we can add another one here, right? And this is the overnight. Okay. So really nothing going on in Nasdaq. During Nasdaq and ES actually, during this FOMC, I didn't do anything. I thought there was going to be some odds that there can be something here today, but nothing. There was absolutely nothing there. There can be now still some odds that something may happen after the close because all of those earnings, right? I guess you have Tesla, Meta, and Microsoft coming out after the close and probably tomorrow and into closing of the week on Friday as well. All right. That's the only thing that I wanted to say. I haven't done anything. I did just one small buy. I don't even remember when it was. I guess it was here in this area. The market maker here. Well, who cares? Right? Well, it was very extended to the downside. I couldn't check what was what. Oh yeah, it couldn't get down to this pivot area here, right below 7,001, and boom. But couldn't get much out of that. I still believe there might be something going on here. We have a breakout. Keep this. I am going to keep this range here as a potential. Yeah, let's call it white here, right? That can be relevant for tomorrow or Friday, or even the weekend too, right? There's an finishing action down here, and the next pivot level also coincided with settle here as well, and settle here yesterday too. Okay, here, here, here. Okay, settle. I will be paying special attention to what happens here if volume comes. It according to, I don't know, it happened when the market had this 2-day balance. We have the same saddle basically unchanged. We talk about the possibility today, right? The market closing were, unchanged relative to yesterday. That that is the only thing that remains here that can actually happen, right? Which confirms that nothing has happened. That's some curious thing, right? But I want to see if there is more of these heavy volumes coming after or at the close. Okay. I wish I have something else to say here, but nothing. All right, we have less than a minute before the last thing that can bring something here. Okay, let's see what's coming here now. Man, right at the center of this of the FOMC range. Depending on where this bar closes, right? I can see something really interesting that happened here. There's some selling that happened here. Okay, so I have this bar now. 51. Well, I still have 4 minutes here. This is coming with some volume. Now, I would I would say, look at where it is now, right at zero, right? So it is unchanged. Depending how much more volume comes here, I was I would say that this may close on the upper side. Okay, but I got to be very careful here because as soon as the market closes, this can just collapse back to unchanged, right? Back to zero. What what is what catch my attention is what happened here, right? When this bar open. Okay, some volumes coming. So that's some volume there. All right, that's some volume there. Yes. Okay, he's giving us some, or leaving this low here, right? We got these two lows here. At right at 7,000. This side is repaired. Okay, 2 more minutes, so 1.5. Let's see. I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to do anything. Please don't misunderstand here. Let me just want to see here the closing. What if something may come out of this after the close or tomorrow? Oh, look at this. Look at this gold here. Okay, who cares? Now, if this market closes high, that's the next thing here. If this market closes higher than what it is now, but or significantly higher, right? Maybe around or close in the distribution, but it doesn't have volume, right? It doesn't have this accumulation that we have had the past 3 days. That will be something to watch. It's becoming kind of really dangerous now. It's too late in the session now to do anything here. What happened with Netflix is that nothing has happened, right? Nothing has happened with Netflix, nothing has happened with Fomc, nothing has happened with the chairman press conference. So obviously nothing's going to happen with Microsoft, Tesla, and Meta, right? That kind of thinking is what get us in trouble. Ah. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes to close. This market is in balance. Now, this is gaining this level, this reference is gaining relevance here. This one up here. Let me. What can I do here? Let's make it a little bit ticker, right? And make it dash. Let's do a dash. So this one here. Right at center of. If this one is not close, right? If this one is not close, I will start looking to maybe some downside by the end of the week. Closing it leaves leaves everything unchanged. How can how can I do something here? It's really hard to do anything here. 128, 128, 28, low, 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 low. You got another all-time high during the regular trading hours. The all-time high during the overnight session. Right? This is just another, again, excuse to come back high here, right? There's no reason to short this market, man. Save chart book. Save it. Look at where it has closed. Oh, my bad. It hasn't closed yet. Just a couple seconds, huh? Remember where this where has closed. Look at here. Right, the PSC, settle, and did not have anything higher. Right? This one is 10,000 here, and now here it's just 4,000. 4,000 half that volume. Right, so got this the lack of the absence of volume is what is what I am highlighting here. No? So is this one here? Remember what happened here when this period opened, right? When this period opened, this one is what I am watching now. Wow, wow, wow! Look at that. But there's no way. I mean, at least right, I can take advantage of this kind of thing. So this is just very unpredictable here. The risk is just too high, man. Look above, look above, look above. You know, first time looking below. This high also. The same thing that we have on the lower side, we do have we have it here. Both sides, right? It is, we talk about this as well. Failing to close this distribution here, right? It's a bit, I will turn my eyes to the downside. What's happening to Nasdaq? Wow. All right, we have the next pivot on the lower side. have an unfinished action right here. All right, so if this market is weak, it can come down through this. There's a lot of weakness here in this area, right below this low. Really, really no. Uh-huh. What's happening with um, charts? Let's move this one. Detach. Okay. Microsoft. Where's Microsoft? Whoa! Oh la la! Look at that! Look at Tesla. Gosh! Microsoft. Ooh! 480, 440. Ooh boy! Where's the other one? Meta. Meta has a wild swing here. 690, 640. This will keep. I think this can make comeback higher actually. But look at this Microsoft, man. And this was very strong actually. Microsoft, but good odds that we could have a really good spike to the upside. Tesla, Tesla's not looking good. Where's Meta? Meta, man, same story as this actually goes kind of like it's going trying to go higher. Look at that. This low is a really bad low here, huh? Really bad low because of what we have here. This coming back below this to the range high, this one, you can target the opposite side because there's a lot of volume here, really. But I think the market may want to deal with this volume first, right? It's already have make a stand here. It hasn't closed the distributions. Right. What Nasdaq did with this movement, right? Because this movement more likely has volume here, has corrected this low here, has corrected this one as well, right? I won't consider, usually I don't consider this correctly during the overnight, but I suspect there's enough volume here, right, to take advantage of this, or the weakness that we have, that Nasdaq has left down here. And just like that, we're back to the 7,000. Right? This is weird, right? It can be coincidence how once you draw your. This is why it's very important to do the homework, right? I haven't put this line today, right? This is line is coming back from way back the 13th here. It went through. I decided to keep it. This action here has been completed yesterday, right? This is not a it's not a reference anymore. But what was a resistance? And why I call it here because it is high here because probably what I don't remember actually quite well, but this pops up, right? This one here, pull back here also, and tries to get back above that and is rejected. And look at what this market is being bought. This is just unbelievable how these things can happen. Now I'm going to close this one, so I don't need it anymore. I also use these highs, right? But these highs here, for example, are very visual, right? Everybody can see these things. So sometimes it may coincide. I do have these highs, for example, right? Once the market trade is through, I don't see that. I remove those ones from my charts, right? This one is history. This low, boy. This low, come on. What I call the question of, it's like that there was a distribution here and it's also value very high from previous day. So we have one question low, another question low, and this one also is it has non-excess here, but it's a pivot here. This is a pivot here. Oh no, my bad. That's pivot in the ES. Now let me save it. Save chart book. All right. File, save as, one, save. Let's do it again. This time in the personal file. Save. Okay. Now let's call it. I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to call it a day. And just wish you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a good day. I haven't done anything. You know, that's a little trade. That, okay, let's close this thing. Okay. Look at what the this market has come back here. Boy, this can be a killer. This can be, but I am still Okay, I still remember this thing. I want to see what happens in the overnight now. Just because what happened when this bar open. Okay. Next thing we have something to the downside. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Hope we can see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Choo choo